Hi guys, this is my third embarrassing video on things that happened to me in the ghetto. And I'm just sharing it because it's incredible to me. I want to get it out my system by talking about it a little bit. And also because, I think people have all these preceptions about the ghetto and how it is to live in a ghetto situation when you're broke, the kind of things that actually happen. The way I hear about it, it sounds really cushy. It doesn't really sound like the way I actually live and the things that I have to encounter on a regular basis. Anyway, I ride the bus. I do not have the ability to afford $5 a gallon gas. I could probably come up with the money to purchase a car, and I could maybe even come up with a small amount of money for insurance, but I cannot come up with the money to be able to get the car to drive. Thus, I'm not driving. So that's the way it goes. Anyway, so I'm riding the bus. I'm doing the responsible thing. This is what I can afford to do, or I walk. So I'm riding the bus, and I'm getting on the bus on Wilshire at a very busy stop. It's at the Vermont stop, and I'm in the middle of a lot of people getting on the bus. Several people get on the bus. I'm in the middle of the line, stepping up to get on the bus. There's several people getting on the bus behind me because the men tend to let the women get on the bus first. So the bus driver slams the door on me. Yes, you heard me. She slammed the door on me. And for the people who do not live in the ghetto, who do not deal with ghetto mental processes, y'all want to ask the question of, why would she slam the door on you? Guys, we don't ask questions like that in the ghetto. If somebody hits you, whether they hit you with a door, whether they hit you because whatever, she hit me. She's a bus driver, and she knew people were getting on the bus, and she slammed the door on me. And somebody behind me yelled out, "Hey, you slammed the door on her." And she said, "Well, I can't open the door until it closes all the way." So I'm sitting up with this door encasing me on both sides, and I'm trying to use my wrist and everything to get out of the door, and she won't open the door. So I'm sitting there struggling, fighting with this door. And guys, as you can see, I am a bony person. I don't have a whole lot of strength and everything. So it took everything I had to force my way out of that door. It was hard. I have scars all on my face. I somehow injured my neck, and my ankles swelled up. I guess I was completely off balance because I wasn't all the way in the door. Neither was I outside of the door. I was completely off balance while I was fighting to get out of this door, and somehow my ankles got messed up. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. And I don't have the money to pay for physical therapy to get things fixed, or surgery for my ankles to get whatever corrected there, because it swelled up, and it's got these huge swollen things on it, and it's not going down anymore. So I got that to deal with. So I have to figure out a way to sue the Metro to be able to get money to cover those costs. Plus, also, I do want to sue for that woman attacking me too. So whatever that happens to be. And the thing of it is, you go to tell people that this happened, and it doesn't make sense. Attorneys, it doesn't make sense to them that this happened. Things that happen in the ghetto, the bottom line, first point I find that you need to look for is, it doesn't make sense. People think they can get away with things in the ghetto, so they do stuff that if you are middle class or if you are wealthier, you won't encounter this. But they just figure you won't be able to come up with the resources to penalize them, so they can get away with it, so they do it, you know. And the process got worse than that. I was sent to the hospital. The ambulance came, took me to the hospital, and the doctor in the hospital, because of course, you know, I don't have insurance and all that, he acted like I was some kind of criminal. He released my records to the bus company. I did not sign over my records to the bus company, so I'm in the hospital, dazed and confused, and I think I'm talking to a doctor, and I'm talking to somebody from the Metro. They came down to the hospital while I was in the hospital and was just talking to me like they were some kind of medical professional. And turns out it was a bus driver supervisor. So I was in fact, I'm very outraged about that, because I take my medical privacy seriously, and I would not have talked to a bus driver about my medical condition under any circumstances. You know, I wouldn't do that. So, I mean, this is ridiculous. Bus drivers coming down to the hospital to talk to people? I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. So, this is another thing that happens to poor people in the ghetto, that it would not happen had I been at, say, instead of being at the broke hospital with no insurance, like, had I been fully insured and all of this, because I have had a job and good medical benefits and all that, and when I had those, you had to go through protocol to talk to me, and so I was expecting that same behavior. Protocol shouldn't change just because I don't have insurance. And so for them to just let some stranger into my room and talk to me, very upsetting. And the information that I share with them, I'm not even sure what it is, but I'm very upset that they have that information at that critical time, you know, without me knowing that I wasn't talking to a medical professional. So, I mean, oh, and when the paramedics were taking me to the hospital, they handed my driver's license to a bus driver. And here again, I'm a very private person. I gave my driver's license to the paramedics because they need it, because, you know, they got to bill you and everything. But a bus driver doesn't have to bill me. You just handed my, you know, this person could be a thief, you know, just because they have a job, you know. They're not bound to the same standards like with my HIPAA rights. They're not bound. A bus driver's not bound to any HIPAA rights standards. They get my information, they can take it and do whatever they want to with it, you know. Who's going to be able to track her? I don't have anywhere tracking her. Whereas the paramedic has a license that I can track, you know. So if he does something, I can find it and hold him accountable. A bus driver, this wouldn't make sense. So here I am with this accident, and you know, I don't even know. I'm trying to get my license back from this woman. I'm already injured. That might be why I'm so jacked up right now. All this situation going on. I really don't know. You know? So, in any event, I'm just stressed out from all of this stuff happening to me at one time. I mean, I'm trying to deal with one thing, and then here comes another, and then I go to the next thing, and here comes another, and I mean, my back's against the wall, you know. At my level of poor, the only option for me is, you know, the street life. You know, that's it. What I mean is, I either stay in my ghetto apartment and deal with this stuff, or the other option is homelessness. You know, that's it. And I wonder if that's how people end up on the streets. You know, all this stuff just keeps compounding on you, and it's like, it's too much. Everybody's coming at you with all this ridiculous stuff from all these different directions, and it's just ridiculously too much. You know, it's ridiculously too much, and nobody knows you're going through it. So, if you want to know all the different things, I got the different rants. I'm going to release them one at a time.